Beginning in 1880, the United States committed to fortifying our Navy as the majority of the ships at the time were wooden and obsolete, and the Navy had been largely neglected in budget appropriations. By 1907, the U.S. Navy had vastly improved, though still inferior to other leading global navies. President Theodore Roosevelt, to demonstrate the Navy's strength, train servicemen, and deter conflicts with Japan, commissioned 16 ships to circumnavigate the globe, visiting ports in other countries to symbolize goodwill while showcasing America's naval power on the world stage. Dubbed the Great White Fleet due to the ship's peacetime white paint, the voyage consisted of 2 squadrons making stops at ports all over the world, departing from Virginia in December of 1908. The first stops were along the eastern coast of South America before navigating through the Strait of Magellan. The Panama Canal had not yet been built. The fleet stopped along the west coast of the U.S. before leaving San Francisco for Hawaii, then New Zealand, and arriving in Sydney, Australia on August 20th, 1908. The fleet was well received at the Australian port, with over 500,000 people present for their arrival. Sydney declared the day a public holiday, played the Star-Spangled Banner, and planned celebrations and tours for their soldiers during their week-long stay, calling it Fleet Week. The welcome was so enthusiastic that 300 soldiers deserted to start a new life in Australia. One ship, the USS Kansas, was left in Melbourne for a couple of extra days to pick up the stragglers, while the rest moved on to the Philippines. Most deserting soldiers boarded the USS Kansas, some by escort of the Melbourne police, but about 1,000 soldiers remained permanently in Australia. The fleet continued their voyage with several scheduled stops in Asia and Europe and a humanitarian stop in Sicily to aid in rescue and recovery after a devastating earthquake. They returned to Virginia in February of 1909.